Good afternoon, everyone. How are you guys doing today? Okay, so let's wait a bit for others to join so we can start. Let's wait for 5 more minutes. Okay, let's get started. Who's gonna go first? Who wants to go first? So you guys will be talking about your topics today. Just tell us what you intend to cover, what the topic is, and just do that for the 5 topics you have.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Anela.
How you doing? Excuse me.
How are you?
Sorry, I actually came late, very late to the class on Friday. I think it was at the tail end. So I didn't, and I joined in a very noisy background, so I didn't even know I was supposed to submit anything. So, but what I want to find out is the topics. Is there a particular line we're supposed to do, or just anything that we want to write?
Oh, okay, yeah. So you need to choose 5 topics from whatever you know you can write about, and it has to be like a little bit complex, at least, right? Anything hard that you've done, you can write about it. You've built an app, you've learned about data analysis or one concept that gave you a hard time when you were trying to learn about it. You can write about any of those things. So you need to choose 5 topics and describe them and send to me.
Okay.
So you choose one that you write about.
Okay, I'll send 5 topics and then I'll choose one, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. All right, Chukwuebuka, please tell us about your topics, what you intend to cover, and how it's going to be different from the similar articles you've seen online. Thank you.
Yeah, good afternoon. Can you all hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Good afternoon.
Yeah, so my topics, I selected 5, and 4 out of them revolves around AWS EC2 instance. So I've been seeing a lot of technical terms, but I'll try as much as possible to like give a very concise explanation of them. So an EC2 instance is more like a virtual server that is owned by Amazon. So the first topic is to deploy a fast API on AWS instance. So it's more like deploying an app to a server. So, but this time is a fast API. Fast API is like
Hello, sir. Hello, Mr. Adams.
Hello, good afternoon, Melissa.
Good afternoon. Please, are you recording?
Yes, I am.
All right.
Thank you so much for that.
Okay.
Please continue,
okay, I
Chukwuebuka.
can go ahead. Okay,
Yes.
yeah. So a fast API is more like a modern web framework for building APIs. APIs are like application programming interfaces that allow software components to like communicate with each other. So in this topic, I'm going to like describe how to set up an instance on AWS. I'll connect it to Ubuntu, then I'll set a key, and then I'll connect to, so what's the different thing I'm doing in this article now is a lot of persons are actually like connect directly to, so there are many ways to actually connect to an instance, but what I'm doing different is that I'm involving Temuse. So Temuse is more like an app that where I can set up a host that I can be able to use to connect to my instance, to connect to my server. So I'm going to connect to my instance with Temuse, and then I'm going to install all the dependencies because the fast API is a Python framework, so it's written in Python programming language. So I'm going to install all the dependencies that the app needs to run, including pip. So pip is a Python package management system. Then I'm going to install engines, a reverse proxy server as well. Then I'm going to install all the requirements in the requirements.txt file for it. Requirements are basically, it constitutes basically every framework or a server gateway that the app requires for it to run. So I can as well add that to installing everything the app needs to run. So when I'm done with this, I'm going to also make sure that I edit the inbound rules in AWS to make sure that the HTTP rule is embedded to make the app listing on port 80 by default. So generally it's just to deploy a fast API that is written in Python, to the cloud. And the cloud here I'm using an AWS EC2 instance as my virtual server. So that's the first topic. So the second topic as well is to deploy a Node.js application. So this time it's not a Python application, it's Node.js that is typically a JavaScript application on the same instance. So it just follows the first topic I just mentioned, but this time it's a different programming language. So I'll follow the same exact method, but this time the packages, of course, I'll be installing to enable the app run will be very different from the ones that I'll be installing for the fast API that was written in Python. So they're practically the same procedure, but different packages, and of course, different package management systems and all. So for this Node.js, I'm going to set up an instance, connect to Terminus as well. Then I'm going to use there's a Linux command sudo xu to gain access to root privileges. So that's where I'm going to write on how I'll install my Node version manager and then use it to install all the dependencies and the requirements needed for the Node.js app to run. So it's going to be, I'm going to actually clone the Node.js application from my GitHub repo as well, the app, and all these things the step out to be outlined step by step, of course. Then I'm going to test the dependencies to see that they are installed, and then I'm going to install Git and clone the repository, and then start the application. So the application will be running on the instance, but this time is a Node.js application. Then the third topic is I'm going to run a Flask application on an instance. So this time I'm not going to clone the application from my GitHub repo. I'm going to run the application in the server. Everything I'm going to do will be in the server. I'll install so the Flask app is also a Python framework. So I'll just run a Flask app in the server. I just hope I'm not being too technical with these terms, but so I'll just run a Flask app right there on the server. I'm going to create a file, everything will be running on the server. So I won't have to clone any repo. So the first three topics are relatively similar, but they are different ways and different methods, and of course, different languages anyways. So, but the fast API and the Flask API are Python programming languages. So then the fourth topic is to containerize a Next.js application using Docker. A Next.js application is also a JavaScript framework as well. So I'm using Docker for containerization. So I don't know whether you've heard about Docker. So Docker is a tool used to containerize apps to make it lightweight and easy for you to move them. You understand? So I think it supports microservices more than a monolithic application. So using Docker will make you package. Using Docker will make you like package an application and put it inside a container. And inside the container, you would have everything necessary for that particular app to run inside the container. So I'm going to like containerize a simple Next.js application using Docker. So of course, in the description, I wrote that I was going to briefly discuss Docker and its important, how it makes it makes an app lightweight and how it will enable scalability of applications. You understand? So then I'll set up a Next.js application. So all these things, for me to actually containerize an app with Docker, I'll have to like add a Docker file where I'll tell Docker the things I need it to do, right? So these are the constituent. This will be constituted in the Docker file I'm going to actually add to the root directory of the application that I want to containerize. Then I'm going to build an image. So there's what is called a Docker image. I'm going to build a Docker image for the app, and then I'm actually going to like run a container from the image I've built. Then the last topic is how to create a host and connect to an Ubuntu Amazon machine language EC2 instance via Terminus. So this is just the simplest amongst all the topics. And I just put it in there because I wasn't even going to pick it because it's relatively very simple. So it's just using Terminus to like connect to an instance where I would have to like name. So when you go to the user interface of Terminus, you see where you just create a host, name the host, copy the public IP address of your instance, plug it in there, set your key as well of your instance, put it in there, and then put the username of the AMI, which is Ubuntu, which is a Linux operating system package, put it in there, and then connect to my instance. So summarily, let me actually mention these topics again. I discussed about deploying a fast API on AWS EC2 instance. That was the first topic I explained. The second one was to deploy a Node.js application on AWS instance. The third topic was to run a Flask app on AWS EC2 instance. The fourth topic was to containerize a Next.js application, which is a JavaScript framework using Docker for beginners. And the last one was how to create a host and connect to an Ubuntu AMI on an instance. So I think I'm done. So that's it. I spoke a lot of technical terms, so I don't think it's everybody that will follow along anymore.
Yeah, sure. Not everyone would understand what you've said so far, but I like your explanation. It's very detailed and clear to me because I know like a little bit about what you said. And yeah, the only question I have is that have you done these things before?
Yeah, I've done all of them.
All of them before, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So okay. Yeah, that's great. That's great. So you just need to choose one of these, and after everyone has done their presentation, I'll tell you guys what's next. Thank you so much for telling us about your topics. I really like the topics. They are a little bit like unique, and I think most of them are really hard. Like the first three are going to be like very hard to explain. Might be simple to set up, but the explanation is not going to be very easy to do. So yeah, thank you so much for that. So who's going next? Mutiat, do you want to tell us about your topics next?
Everybody.
Hi, good afternoon. I can hear you.
Okay. I'm coming, please. 1 minute. Okay. So I just 5 topics. Coming, please. Coming. No, coming. I don't know. I'll be the first person who will call. I'll be the second person.
If you are not ready, I can call another person so you can get ready.
Okay, please do. Thank you.
You're welcome. So, who wants to present next? Mr. Okoro Anointing. Oh, you've not done yours.
All right, good afternoon.
You've not sent me your topics, so
Yeah, I've not actually. I told you about my absence in last class, so you showed me where I could get the task from the last
okay.
slide. So I'll just work on it and send my topic to you. I'm so sorry.
No problem. Okay, so Mr. Rido and Adeni, you've sent your topics, so do you want to tell us about them? You're here, right?
Yes, yes. Good
All
afternoon.
right. Good afternoon. I can't hear you very well.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now. Just go ahead.
Okay. I don't have experience. I don't have experience in the topics I think, but I'm willing to learn to write book. For my start, for my start, actually, I spoke to my friend and one of my cousins in front-end development. I asked for the things they feel are not really talked about enough, and he gave me suggestions. So that's how I was able to come up with the navigation and is navigating the handling unseen errors. Yes, handling unseen errors in front-end development, navigating into pieces and how to optimize web performance for user traffic. So then for the writing style, that one I think I have issues with how to explore writing. So I feel like it's a medium for me to perfect my writing style and also for aspiring writers as well. And for the blockchain security, I noticed that they don't really cover the solutions solutions for the type of attacks in the blockchain space. So I hope to cover that in my own article. Then for the web performance and to enhance web performance for user traffic, so for user experience and better traffic is to I noticed that they don't need to actually drop or as that it is, they need to add real life cases or case studies rather where successful web performance optimization have been implemented. So I hope to cover that as well in my write-up and the use of
So sorry to interrupt you. I don't think we are understanding what you're trying to talk about. So can you just go to our chat where you sent the topics, the one
okay,
with descriptions, and try to talk about them like from top to bottom. Thank you.
okay, I'm gonna okay. Yes, and the first topic, blockchain security. I said that are you hearing me? Hello?
Yes, I can. But it would help if you can speak a little bit louder.
Okay. I said in the description, I said that uh by analyzing attacks, like the various attacks that we have in blockchain space, I'll be able to explore the threats in the space, and it will make developers to understand the blockchain security more. People used to think blockchain uh, is not vulnerable to attack, but it can also be hacked, even though it's not really common like that. So I'll also explore the mechanism of deploying blockchain security, and researchers or developers and stakeholders as well can devise countermeasures to this attack in the blockchain space. Then for finding your writing style, this topic we offer aspiring writers step-by-step comprehensive roadmap to discovering their unique voice, how they can go about it. I'll talk about the genres and forms and ways of helping writers to refine their expression. Then the third topic is how to get involved in open source projects. I don't know, sir, but I spoke to one of my cousins, and he made me know that people don't really know how to develop their portfolio, especially newbies don't know how to develop their portfolio when it comes to programming. So in this topic, I hope to provide a roadmap on how they can enter the open source collaboration realm. Then the fourth topic is optimizing web performance, like that I discussed earlier. Optimizing web performance for enhanced traffic and user experience. And traffic, sorry, web performance is like very important for websites because it enhances user engagement and business growth as well. So the topic is going to document strategic processes for optimizing web performance. Then I'll focus on aspects like page loading speed, responsive design, and how to streamline content delivery. Then I'll explore the techniques used in web performance to optimizing web performance. So techniques like image optimization, caching, and efficient coding to enhance so that developers will be able to take note of this and implement it in their website to elevate the user satisfaction. Then for the fifth topic, which is navigating network challenges and handling unseen errors in front-end development, I'll explain complex network issues faced by front-end developers, and of course issues like latency, domain name system problems, server downtime, and offer practical solutions to the best ways or the best ways by which they can approach these issues to solve them. So I'll use real world cases, analyze real world cases in this topic so that it will be relatable. So developers can be able to employ this problem solving strategies in their work. Thank you. Hello?
Okay, thank you so much for that.
Okay.
So what I noticed in your presentation so far is that you really don't have any experience in any of these topics,
Yes, yes, I don't.
right? So that means you skipped the first part of the to do, which was that you should assess your strengths, your abilities, things you can do, things you've done before. Because I noticed that maybe it was when I talked about me reaching out to people to ask what they had problems with and all of that. But what I didn't mention, and I'm so sorry about that, was that I had experience working with this language, which was JavaScript then. Like I know JavaScript very well, but I didn't just know what to write about. That was why I reached out to people. So you said you reached out to your cousins or your friends that do front-end development, and they gave you these topics. So what I want you to do is assess your own abilities. What can you do? What have you done? For example, when the last person presented, you notice that the only question I had was that, has he done any of these things before, like himself? And he said yes. So that's what I would like you to do, so you can write something that will be useful for your readers. Because I doubt that your cousins or your friends will have time to sit down with you to explain what to write to you. They can help you review, read it, and give you feedback, but they won't be able to help you put it into writing properly. So you should think of things you've done. What do you do currently?
Yeah, I'm currently learning design. I'm still in school, so
You are
I've not
currently
done
learning product design, right?
gra- graphic design.
Graphics design.
Yes.
So what's the most complex concept you've learned about design? Could be that too. I'm currently learning design too, right? So is it that you struggled with typography, color, alignment, things like that you can just give beginners tips? Any
Okay.
complex thing you've encountered, any concept you had problem understanding, or do you understand what I'm trying to say? So
I
just
understand.
think of those and create 5 topics from there, right? So because
All
I
right.
doubt you will be able to write um a very solid article from any of these things you listed here. So just do that and send me the topics again, and we'll talk about it on
All right.
Wednesday.
All right.
Or if you're open to a call, like a one-on-one call, me and you, maybe a Google Meet, you can set it up once you have your topics, and we just go through the topics, and I'll just advise you on which one you should write on.
Okay. I'll prefer that. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you so much for
Hello,
sharing that with us. Hello.
hello. Sorry,
Hello.
I have a
Hello.
question. This is Eniola again. So I'm listening to you now, and I'm thinking for some of us that are not really technically inclined, and we're new in the tech space. So are we? So I don't know what you. That's why I was asking earlier on that is there a line we're supposed to toe? Is this about technical? Is technical writing only about article writing? Because from what I'm hearing now, it's like it's only articles of things that you do in the tech world. Please correct me if I'm wrong.
Okay. And Ella, if I get you, you said, are you only allowed to write about technical
Yes.
topics, right? And
Mm.
is it only articles that you can write? So articles or tutorials are the easiest in our case, because we don't have the time or the large projects we are going to document. If we were to write user manuals or other forms of technical content we discussed in
Mm.
class, right?
Exactly.
So
Mm.
articles are the easiest one, which will just be getting a topic and writing about the topic, then you publish. And in that case, it will be like just one article. Whereas if you were to write about like maybe a documentation, it will be too large for the 1 week that we have to write about these things. So I hope you understand.
Okay.
And the way you framed the question, it seemed you missed the classes where we talked about different types of technical
No,
content.
no, yeah, that's why I wanted to be sure, because I know that we talked about different types of,
Different,
yes,
yes,
we talked about
exactly.
user guides, we talked about, a lot of things, blog writing and all that. But I know that blog writing, so that's why I was asking, is it only technical things we're supposed to write about? Like things like
Okay,
that my other speakers spoke about. The first
okay,
person that spoke a lot of technical terms, and yeah, I'm new in the tech space, and what I'm actually doing, I'm trying to transit to be a technical writer, and I'm in a product manager and a technical writer. So when it's saying all those things, I'm wondering, are those the things I'm supposed to be writing about?
okay. Again, you missed the second step in when I explained it to do. So you have to assess your strengths, things you know, things you've done, like the hard stuff you've learned about maybe product management in your case. You can write a blog about that. The blog
Okay.
can be like tips for beginners learning, or
Okay.
a particular concept you had, like maybe is it time management in product management that you had a hard time understanding how to
Okay.
implement it in your daily work. You can write about
Okay.
that. So
Yeah,
what we're
it's
focusing
clearer
on
now.
out, okay, what we're focusing on in this task is um either you write an article, a blog, or a tutorial,
Oh, okay.
right? So for example, the topics the last speaker talked about are actually like blog ideas. They are not
Okay.
tutorials per se. Do you get? So I hope it's clearer now.
Yeah, it is. It is. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you so much for the question. I'm sure others have the same question. So thank you so much for bringing that up. So who is going next? The attendance link is in the chat box. So if you're not speaking, just try to fill that up.
I'm
So
right.
okay, you're ready now, Mutiat. Okay, please go ahead. Thank you. Let me open your topics here too.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon, Mutiat.
So should I talk about all the 5 topics? I should just pick what I want.
Talk about the 5 topics, please.
Okay. So
I'm sorry about that. I was trying to mute myself. Please unmute yourself, Mutiat. I was trying to mute myself.
okay. Okay. So how to build a responsive navbar with Tailwind CSS. So it's a tutorial. So I have to put the step by step, like how to do it. The first one is how to install the Tailwind packages into our projects. Then it's just going to be a step by step, like how to create, how to put the, what is it called? The class and everything inside the HTML line. So instead of using my normal CSS, I'll be using Tailwind CSS. So there won't be CSS at all. There won't be CSS and thing. So I'm going to snap, like while writing, while explaining, I'm going to snap my code, the code snippets, and add it to the article. So the person reading it, it's majorly for beginners because I just finished a boot camp, so majorly all the people that read it, let me say, are my friends. So I'm sure I'm targeting the beginners like I am like. So for the second one, how to create bootstrap layout, the modals. So modals is when you like touch a picture and it pops up. And for carousel, that's for the if I want to make slides, like it will be swiping right, left, and everything. And for the accordions, we can use that maybe at the footer part and everything. So I'm going to show them the step by step how to go to these three layouts. I'll be focusing on the three layouts for the second topic. Then the third topic, that's working with bootstrap component. So this one is also a tutorial. So everything, I think everything is tutorial, yeah. So the buttons, how to create a button, the forms and navigation menu. Now the first one is navigation bar, but this one is going to be the navigation menu. That let's say if it's on, if I yes, if it's on mobile, if I click on it, then how to arrange it. So it's going to be responsive both on mobile and desktop. Then the fourth one, yeah, mastering Tailwind utility classes. I'm still struggling with these Tailwind utility classes, and that's why I feel like maybe this is what I will work on so I can read more on it. It's just like going the spacing, the colors, how to use the BG, that's background color, the typography and everything. Also the spacing, the MD, SM, all those things. Then the last one, how to create an impressive GitHub profile with me using Markdown. So I learned this one, I think last week, and it's actually interesting. And I noticed that people around me don't really have their GitHub profile is not really, it's just their normal repository and everything. That's the first thing you will see. So I feel like maybe I should just give it a try, write something about it and show them the step by step. That means introducing them to how to use Markdown, explaining how to use the star, how to, if you want to bold, you use your 2 stars, and if you want to insert links, all those things, then how to generate. I can also show them the link where they can generate their profile, copy, paste, and other repository where they can get the what is it called, the stats, GitHub stats cards and everything. So that's how. Can you hear me?
Yes. Thank you so much for that, Matthias. You have quite interesting topics here. And which of them would you like to write about?
I want to be, I don't know. My mind is telling me to go for this utility classes so I can read more, but the lazy me want to go for the GitHub profile. Which one?
Okay. I think you should do the mastering Tailwind CSS utility classes. Seems like the hardest of them all. Yeah, so you can just create use the document I sent to the channel to create like a proper outline for you to know how to structure the article. Then just write about, but please write about the mastering theory CSS
All right.
utility classes. Please do that one. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. So the next on my list here is Mr. Abdulmujib Abdurrahim. I don't think he's here with us. Okay, he's not here with us. So Melissa has not sent her own topics.
Okay, but I can talk about it. I thought maybe we could submit by the end of the day.
Okay, tell us about your topics, please.
And you did not comment on my last assignment.
Yes, I'm still like going through everything. I'm so sorry about that. I'm going to create
Okay.
a spreadsheet where you can see your grading and all of that. So I'm working on that.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So my topics are, number one is global health disparities and pandemic preparedness. Number two is the effects of
Kindly
artificial.
describe the first one. Sorry. Like you need to
Okay.
describe like what you intend to cover, why you are writing about it, and yeah.
Yeah, I planned on actually describing them, but I thought maybe like how others did theirs, like list all of them first, right?
No, you don't need to list everything. Just tell us the topic, then describe, then move to the next one, like that, like that.
Okay. So the global health disparities and pandemic preparedness is about it's 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 about preparing for pandemic generally, and it refers to the COVID-19 pandemic which occurred in 2020, and it's about a call for the SOB, about the call for the public health system in especially in low and medium income countries to be prepared for next pandemic, or in case there's any emerging pandemic, which includes health, health system strengthening, finance strengthening, and improving access to healthcare and tackling inequalities, especially in developing nations. So that's what it's about. So the second one is about the effects of artificial intelligence on health diagnosis and outcomes. That's going to describe how artificial intelligence will influence health positively for early detection, and even to reduce for prevention, because it detects on time. Illnesses don't have to wait to materialize before they are being treated. Rather, they can be curbed on time, and they can be also be prevented when it comes with predisposing symptoms. And the effective use of artificial intelligence in telemedicine and telehealth. So the next one is comprehensive project management framework for establishing and assessing disease surveillance key performance indicators in sub-Saharan Africa, towards effective public health management. So in public health, or in healthcare interventions, um, for effective implementation of the interventions, key performance indicators has to be put in place, and monitoring and surveillance has to be engaged in. So while monitoring and surveillance is taking place, this particular topic is meant, or is to describe what are the controls that will be put in place to measure how well the interventions are going. Do you get? Hope my topics are complex enough because you're quiet.
Yes, yes. I'm just giving you
You-
time to speak. I'll comment on them later.
okay, because I don't think they are complex enough, and I don't think I found anything complex or anything really challenging. So I think this is the best I could come up with. So the fourth one, right, is effective project management framework and financial strategy for delivering successful healthcare initiatives. And this topic stems from the fact that a lot of funding is being disbursed, or are being disbursed, from developed nations to Africa for healthcare interventions and public health initiatives. for different to tackle different diseases like malaria and neglected tropical diseases. And yet, these diseases and the disparities, the health disparities that occur in Africa, especially sub-Saharan Africa, seems to be exacerbated. So, what could be, or why is this, or why does it remain prevalent? The disparities and the prevalence of the diseases and illnesses, why are they still prevalent? So it's been discovered that it's not per se maybe due to transparency or corruption in the public health systems like some people might believe, but it's due to the complex project management frameworks that have been set up for these public health initiatives. This complex project management frameworks doesn't make these interventions to be implemented successfully, and sometimes they are too bogus and can't be easily understood by those that have been facilitated to actually implement them. So this particular topic is an expose to expose or an outcry of for the reformation of the effective project management frameworks for to tackle health disparities and promote public health in sub-Saharan Africa. Then the last one is titled Healthcare Infrastructure in Nigeria, a crucial pillar for effective health system strengthening. So it's talking about the dilapidated state of the healthcare infrastructure in Nigeria. And the topic will talk about the current state and my own opinions on the measures needed to strengthen health system in Nigeria and also improve healthcare accessibility that is pertinent to sub-Saharan Africa. So that's it.
Okay, so what I want to ask is that I think you have like a lot of experience working in the healthcare
Yes.
space.
Yeah, I'm an eye doctor.
Oh, great. So that's the only question that has been ringing in my ear because I kept hearing healthcare, health initiatives.
But you said that we should assess ourselves.
Yes.
If not, I would have gone to borrow topic.
No. I meant like I was wondering if you had like any experience working in the healthcare system because I kept hearing those. So I'm glad that you have the experience, and I believe you're going to write a very good article on one of these, right? So just make sure you incorporate, like, choose the topic that you can draw from your personal experience more.
Yes, so I'm thinking of comprehensive project management framework for establishing and assessing disease surveillance KPIs in sub-Saharan Africa. Then I'm thinking of tweaking other topics, integrating the other topics into this and shortening the title, that kind of thing.
I'm not sure I get that.
And that I think the topic I would utilize would be a comprehensive project management framework for establishing and assessing disease surveillance key performance indicators in sub-Saharan Africa towards effective public health management. And I think I'll extract or I'll integrate ideas or integrate the concepts of the other topics into this topic, then shorten the title of this particular of what I plan on working on. And that's even because I'll be using one stone to kill two birds, because I was given a project to write on this.
Okay, that's beautiful then. So please just do that. Thank you so much for sharing your topics with us.
You're welcome.
Right. So can you send me the topics so I can just
Okay.
have them for reference purposes?
All right. Okay, thanks.
You're welcome. So Blessing, are you here? Yes, you are. Please share.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Good afternoon, everybody. My proposed topics are the first one is steps to writing a research proposal. I wrote a proposal like about 6 months ago, and it was very challenging for me to write it, and I realized that most people had the same problem, more so because we had little to no supervision. So in my article, I'm going to provide the comprehensive and structured guide on how to craft a research proposal using the 9 components that it entails. Second topic is how to use the XLOOKUP function in Microsoft Excel. XLOOKUP is very powerful and is a bit difficult, and this is what most beginners in data analysis have a problem with. So for my article, I'm going to provide the user-friendly guide on how to harness the full potential of this function, and I also highlight its capabilities compared to HLOOKUP and VLOOKUP. The third one is how to craft SEO optimized content using keywords. This guide will explore the art of crafting SEO optimized content using keywords, and it will identify the best techniques that can also engage your target audience. The fourth one is 5 best SEO writing tools and their functions. This topic would identify SEO tools, or like the third one, which was basically about this is basically about the keyword. This would be about SEO writing tools like Ahrefs, Yoast SEO, Grammarly, Sofa, and the likes. The fifth one is data analytics versus data science versus data engineering. In my first class, my first data analysis class, this was one question that was asked a lot of times, like what's the difference between data analysis, data science, and data engineering? So my article is going to explain these roles and how they differ. So that it's basically going to be for people that are new in the data space. And at the end of the article, the beginners in this space will be equipped with knowledge to make the best career decisions for themselves. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Thank you so much for telling us about your topics. And I think I would advise you choose one of the first one and the second one, right? So those are the ones I feel like are complex enough for you to write about. So please just write about either the number one, which is step to writing a research proposal, or how to use the XLOOKUP function in Microsoft Excel. So
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. If you want to tell us about your topics, kindly unmute yourself. Okay. Okoro and 19, please unmute yourself and speak.
Okay, all right. I have actually pondered about some topics I know I really want to write on, and one of them is about King Master. I was into mobile videography. So and I realized that a number of persons have just limited themselves to using Canva a lot, and there is this app I used there, and it was KindMaster. There are just a lot of features in KindMaster that has really been helping so much in creating videos, and I mean editing videos, making them look quite very professional. So I was just thinking about writing a beginner's guide to using KindMaster, or even writing about writing about advanced, or let's say advanced video editing techniques in KineMaster. So that because persons ask me a lot about the apps I use to create and edit my videos, because anytime I create any video for brands, the videos don't really look like what they get from Canva or maybe other mobile phone video apps. So I thought of somehow even starting out a tutorial to teach people how to go through KineMaster, because some of them I will just recommend the app, and when they try to walk around it, they will really find it quite difficult. In as much as the app looks user friendly, there are just a lot of technicalities around it. So I was thinking about writing either getting started with KineMaster, a beginner's guide, or advanced video editing techniques in KineMaster. Then another topic I had also wanted to write was how to maximize AIs in SEO content writing. I'm a freelance SEO writer, and I know several tools that have really helped me to produce original and very wonderful looking SEO content. And I think it's cool to just maybe do a technical writing on it. Yeah, I think these are the topics on my mind now. Maybe when I get to increase the number to 5, I can now send that across to you. But I just thought to share with you what I already have on my table.
Okay, so thank you for sharing those with us. And I think you guys should also keep in mind that after this one, you are going to be writing another article on your own. So this one we are going through the research process, outlining, drafting, and everything together, just like we are doing now, right? So the next one you are going to be writing all on your own, and I'll only be editing for you. I'll be giving you feedback, then you incorporate them into the article. So you can choose one of those. One of the ideas you just spoke about, and just write about them in the next task, which will be the final task for this training. So yeah, thank you so much for that. So Machi, Fortune, you sent me just one topic. So do you please tell us about the topic? She here? Yes, she is. So you can
Hi.
unmute yourself. And
Yeah,
hi,
actually, I sent one topic because I was thinking the 5 topics you meant was the subtopics under that.
No.
I'll have to go back and redo it. But so for the topic I sent, the title is A Guide on How to Do Product A/B Testing. So this is for digital goods marketers. And in digital marketing, there's something called A/B testing, which means testing two marketing campaigns to be sure which is more effective, or which is more effective. So for a beginner, like when I did my first class in growth marketing, it was kind of confusing, tricky, and all of that. And yes, the course covered a lot, everything I needed to know on it. But for a beginner, if you do not know about it, you find it really difficult to do an A/B testing experiment. Yeah. So for this guide, I'm going to talk about this article will teach beginners in good market everything they need to know about A/B testing, from the definition, the importance, the implementation, and the main topics in this is going to be what is A/B testing, when you should use them, how to interpret results, because when you run an A/B testing experiment, there are going to be results, and you need to know how to interpret those results to be sure that yes, it is working, and to be sure that your results are not based on chances, mere chances. It is your results, to be sure that your results are accurate because it is accurate, not because of mere chances. Okay, for instance, in A/B test, if you want to run an A/B testing on an email, like if you do email marketing, yeah, if you want to run an A/B test on email marketing, you could have two.
Sorry to interrupt. Your voice is breaking.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I
Hello?
can hear you now. Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay. So as
It's
I was
breaking in
saying,
between.
okay. So as I was saying, if you do email marketing and you want to do an A/B testing on it, you could just get two headings for an email, like maybe the same content, but in your first email you could say hello dear, and in your second email you could say hi technical writers. So now you put an experiment on these two email titles, and send them out, and then you look at to measure the results, you look at the email that had more metrics, that had more openings, which people opened the more, and which got people attention, what email had more opening rate, and all of that. So if the email I used, hi there, had more opening rate than the email I use, hi technical writer, it means my audience won't like the title hi there instead of hi technical writers. So that means that title was best for the experiment. Basically, like, that title is best for my audience, and that's what this experiment tells me. And then for me to be sure that people did not just click on that email by mere chance, just because randomly or by mistake, I need to do another I need to run another test to be sure that, this result I got from this experiment was not by chance, and it is what it is, basically. So yeah, that's what I'm going to talk about. I'm going to talk about what beginners can test, how to interpret the test result, and there's something called continual testing too. I'm going to talk about that, and also what to test in digital marketing space. So yeah, for now, that's what I have.
Okay, thank you so much for that, so much. I would still like to see like other topics that you are going to come up with. So send them to me, and I'll probably just choose one for you. But I like this one. I like this one a lot.
Okay.
It seems like something that showed you shiggy.
Showed you shiggy. He actually did. Actually did. Well,
Yeah, so
okay,
just send
I'll
me
try
the
and
that
send
one.
more topics by tomorrow.
All right, no problem. Thank you so much for that.
Yeah, thank
So,
you.
others, where are your topics? Adesua, Victoria, Victor, where are your topics? You can unmute yourself and tell us why you don't have your topics here. By Adesua, I meant Odige Adesua. Janet Adesua sent me her topics, but she won't be able to speak during this class. So she will tell us about her topics on Wednesday. Victoria, Victor.
Yes. Good evening.
Good evening, ma'am.
Apologies that I have not sent my topic yet, but I have an idea of what I want to talk about. It's about Facebook advertising. and in the area of advanced ad targeting strategies. So since I'm in the space of digital marketing and training, so I have a lot of people come to me and say, oh, I ran ad, I didn't get the results, I wasted my money and everything. And then looking into it, I noticed targeting problems and their conversion optimization problems as well. So I already have in my head, it's just to structure it and actually send it to you. I apologize that it's coming late.
Okay. Thank you so much for that. No problem. Just send the topics to me. The particular one you mentioned, I also had the problem one time. I mistakenly, I did not touch the targeting controls, like where you select Nigeria. So I just left it.
Okay.
So I was getting comments from US Facebook users and all of that. So I like that topic, but send me the topics and the descriptions. So
Okay, sure, I'll do
we'll
that
talk more
before the end
about
of
that.
today. Yeah.
Okay, no problem. So also let me know if you'll be available for a Google Meet. So maybe you, myself, and Ridwan can have a meeting on the article description thing. So just talk about your ideas. Okay.
Okay.
Odige Adesua. You can unmute yourself and speak, or maybe send a message if you can't do that. But I did not get like your topics and okay. Abdulmujib Abdurrahim sends me his topics, but he's not here today. Okay, Elizabeth Momo did not. She's not here now too. She did not send me her topics. Yeah, Confidence Maka said she's not feeling well. That's why she's not here, and that's why I don't have her topics yet. So Odigi Adesua, please unmute yourself and tell us where your topics are, what's happening to them. Are they sick? Are they going through a lot? All right, so I'm expecting topics from Melissa, Eniola, Ridwan, and Victoria Victor, and Somachi also. So thank you so much for joining this class. I'm not sure Adesua is here with us, so I'm assuming everyone has filled the attendance form. If you've not done that, please do that before I end this call. Also, if you filled the attendance form, please send a message that you filled it so we can end this call. And I will be sending a document that will detail what you need to do next if you've decided on the topic you want to write on. Right. So I'll send that before the end of the day today. So people that have their ideas can get to work and start working on them. Okay. Okay. Okay, thank you so much everyone for joining, and I'll see you in the Zoom channel before the end of the day. Bye guys.